But first up, the big story in a massive relief for Maharashtra dance bars. The Supreme Court struck down stringent rules overruling the ban on dance bars. Supreme Court said that the visitors are not allowed to touch dancers and obscene gestures of any kind will not be made at the dancers. The court even set aside the condition to install CCTVs in Maharashtra's dance bars, saying that it violates an individual's privacy. It also allowed payment of tips to performers but said currency notes should not be showered on them. The Supreme Court quashed the provisions mandating that bars should be 1 kilometer away from religious places and educational institutions, and that there must be a partition between bar rooms and dance floor. Supreme Court also, however, has upheld the time limit of dance bar till 11:30 in the night.
It's right that they can be directly tipped by the customers has been accepted. And also that where the dances are happening, alcohol can be served. Even that condition the court has upheld. In fact, there was a condition that there would be a segregation between the area where the dance is held and where alcohol is served. So that the court has struck down. And like I said, the court has expressed its opinion that now the licenses should be given from 2005. On some pretext or the other, licenses are not be given. So the court feels that now with all these clarifications and some of the conditions which according to us were an indirect ban going away, now these bars can operate. So that's what has happened.
Court has upheld some of the conditions, but court has also diluted some of the conditions. The conditions which have been upheld are, or the definitions, there obscene dance has been prohibited, then contract for employment, that should be there, that condition has also been upheld. But some of the conditions such as CCTV camera installation, that has been removed, as well as there should be a distance of 1 kilometer from the religious place, that has also been removed. So it's a mixed kind of judgment, but it's a good thing for state government. Yes, the state is satisfied.
कोर्ट ने बहुत सारे प्रोविजन स्ट्रक डाउन कर दिए हैं अनकॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल कहते हुए, जैसे कि प्राइवेसी, सीसीटीवी अब नहीं लग पाएंगे, और जो एक रूल था कि 1 किलोमीटर के अंदर आप कोई डांस बार नहीं खोल सकता बिकॉज ऑफ ऑल द मस्जिद एंड ऑल मंदिर, वो सब भी स्ट्रक डाउन कर दिया गया है. तो अब गवर्नमेंट को रूल बनाना पड़ेगा कि कितने किलोमीटर या मीटर के अंदर आप वो कर सकते हैं या डांस बार खोल सकते हैं. ये रूल गवर्नमेंट को बनाना पड़ेगा सर.
All right, let's go straight across now to our reporters, Anisha, who's been getting us all the breaking news from the Supreme Court, and Devesh, who's joining us from Mumbai. He, in fact, is outside one such dance bar. Anisha, I'm going to come first to you. So here is the Supreme Court relaxing several stringent conditions that were put in force by the state government. But take us through the restrictions that will still continue. Take us through the conditions that will prevail. How will the performances be regulated? And just how will the bar owners ensure that dance performers are not exploited?
Well, Avantika, the first thing that the Supreme Court has upheld that will work towards protecting these women is that there must be a written contract between the dancer and the bar owner, the restaurant owner. The punishments for violating the contract, the punishment for not having a contract or employing somebody without a valid written contract have been upheld. The court has said that these restrictions will help in protecting these women. Secondly, the court has said that while tips can be directly handed over to these women or handed over to the licensee, the bar owner, to give to the women, nobody can shower money on the dancers or treat them in an obscene manner. The fact that further the obscenity definition has been upheld. The court has said that obscene dance as defined by the Maharashtra Act has been upheld, and that is why anybody who is dancing in a particular manner that is classified as obscenity or is trying to misbehave with the dancers is going to still be punished. So these are the restrictions that are going to still remain. Further, the court has asked the Maharashtra government to take a relook at the regulations with regard to the antecedents of the licensee themselves. Now remember, Maharashtra government had made a very stringent rule that you have to be of one, upright moral character, and two, you cannot have any criminal antecedents. Now the court has said this is upright moral character is a very ambiguous term. So you have to redefine find that. So, but at this moment, that criteria, the moral criteria has gone, but the criminal antecedent criteria still remains. Anybody who has any criminal antecedents will not be given a bar license. So these are the regulations that still remain in place, even as the dance bars have been allowed to continue.
Right.
Because as the court said, regulation cannot become prohibition. There has to be a balance. Avantika.
Devesh, the Indian Hotel Restaurant Association, this is a big relief for them. They are the ones who had, contended that the restrictions imposed by the state government violates the fundamental rights of bar owners and dancers as well. So, give us a sense of the reactions that you're getting in from these bar owners, from even the dancers, and what about the state government? Because in a way, this would be a big setback for them as well. They even brought about a new law with the intent of regulating the performances and protecting a woman's dignity at these dance bars.
Avantika, I would like to point out that the bar in front of which I am standing right now is Indiana, which is owned by or run by the Dance Bar Association President Mr. Bharat Thakur. We couldn't reach him, but what earlier conversation when we had with him, when this was the first bar actually in 2016 which was issued a dance bar license after the first Supreme Court order which uplifted the ban, which removed the ban imposed by the Maharashtra state government that dance bars won't be allowed to run in the state. So this was the first bar that got the license under the stringent rules laid down by Maharashtra government in 2016. Now that those rules were such stringent that there had to be a CCTV installed which would be linked to the police control room directly.
Right.
So that police could monitor each and every movement of people inside the dance bars. So that was challenged. Right to livelihood was the important point that Dance Bar Association or the bar employees had said, that right to livelihood was being prohibited, and that's why the rules laid down by Maharashtra state government had to be tweaked, had to be changed, had to be uplifted.
Yes.
And that is why they filed an appeal in the Supreme Court, and which is given a positive order uplifting terms like rules like CCTVs not to be installed. Also, the dance area that was to be separated from customers, the patrons and
stand vindicated after the Supreme Court has eased some of those stringent rules that Devesh was pointing out at that was imposed by the state government. But I got a chance to speak to Priyanka Chaturvedi from the Congress Party and China NC. Let's just get in those political reactions and also a couple of other reactions on just how they view the Supreme Court's judgment on this matter.
Now, every time the state government has represented this case, the so-called dance bar owners have used the argument saying that this gives livelihood, to which our counter argument has always been that women in workplaces can earn a livelihood through respectful means. But I think the 2-3 takeaways which we must highlight, one is that no kind of money showering on women is going to be acceptable. And second, for all those vicarious activities that used to happen in these dance bars, there will be action taken at the earliest. Now, every time the state government has represented this case, the so-called dance bar owners have used the argument saying that this gives livelihood, to which our counter argument has always been that women in workplaces can earn a livelihood through respectful means. But I think the 2-3 takeaways which we must highlight, one is that no kind of money showering on women is going to be acceptable.
By putting CCTV cameras inside where the performance is taking place, who would like to have himself recorded on the CCTV camera? You can have it outside at the entry. Public place, people don't have a problem. But if you're going to put a CCTV camera in my bedroom, is that not a violation of privacy? So I think it is, Supreme Court has come out down harshly saying you regulate. but you do not prohibit. And Maharashtra government is all set because it's become a vote bank issue for them, just something like the Sabrimala, where the political parties are worrying that dance bars should not run. So it is the regulation versus prohibition, which is the crux.
Decision cannot be welcomed by the society because it's again a step towards to contaminate our culture. We are forcing our women to perform their dance with the people who are consuming alcohol. Knowing this kind of judgment also against our culture, religious and tradition values, this kind of judgment cannot be welcomed by the society. I am strongly stand with the stand of Maharashtra government, and this kind of judgment, we have lot of issues which have been sorted out. In place, if we force our women to in the dance bar and in the flash business, it's better we will give another job opportunity to them for survive them.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you will love to.